Okay.
Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. This has to be one of the strangest of English idioms. In a nutshell, it is a phrase used to emphasise how quickly or easily something can be done. You can say Bob's your uncle to show that something is easy and is quick to accomplish. This idiom is primarily heard in the UK, Australia, New Zealand and the British Commonwealth countries. First, you need to know that Bob is a nickname or a shortened name for Robert, just like Tom for Thomas, Dick for Richard, Harry for Harold and Bill for William. So what's the history behind this idiom? Well, there are a few events that give rise to this phrase. First up, it's Sir Robert Arthur Talbot Gascoigne Cecil, the third Marquess of Salisbury, who, as Lord Salisbury, became the 20th British Prime Minister. So what's he got to do with this? Well, this expression dates back to a political scandal in Britain in 1886. So Bob, as I shall call him for short, as Prime Minister, he controversially gave senior appointments to his favourite nephew, Arthur Balfour, in the 1880s, around 1887 if memory serves me correctly. So the link between nephew and Uncle Bob, and to have a cushy number given to you, is an obvious one to make the assumption of Bob's your uncle. However, the phrase did not gain popularity until the 1920s. The nepotism worked out well for Balfour because he went on to become Prime Minister himself, taking over from his Uncle Bob's, who had held the post for a third consecutive term. Interestingly, the word nepotism derives originally from the Italian word for nephew. The word nephew originated from the practice of popes in the Roman Catholic Church to confer important positions to their sons. Their sons? Since a pope had taken the vow of chastity, his son was euphemistically, that's a big word, euphemistically, called a nephew. The other potential source of Bob's your uncle can be found in the old traditional British music halls, where we find the first and earliest known example of the phrase in print on a publicity poster of a musical revue in Dundee, Scotland, called Bob's Your Uncle. It also appeared in the Scottish newspaper, the Angus Evening Telegraph, in 1924. The idiom also formed part of the lyrics of a song written by John P. Long and published in 1931, Follow Your Uncle Bob. The lyrics include, Bob's your uncle, follow your Uncle Bob, he knows what to do, he'll look after you. Lovely poetry there and rhyming. This song was sung and recorded by Florrie Forde in 1931. I have put a YouTube link to Florrie Forde singing this in the description below. So hopefully you will enjoy listening to this very short song. So how is Bob's your uncle used? It can be used in much the same way as another idiom, a piece of cake. Some examples. To set your alarm, you click on the button on the clock, you move the fingers to the time you desire, and Bob's your uncle. Your alarm is set. How'd you get to Birmingham? Well, from London, you take the M1 motorway, you turn left onto the M6 motorway, you exit at junction 6 at Spaghetti Junction and head into the city centre along the A38, the Aston Expressway, and you're in the city centre. Bob's your uncle. To get into my house, you enter the code and click on the button, and Bob's your uncle, you're in. Ah, that cake is easy to make. You mix some flour, you put the eggs in, the sugar, the butter, and you put it in the oven, and it's cooked. Bob's your uncle, it's ready. It's done. It's not complicated, you know. You just add hot water and Bob's your uncle, it's ready. I couldn't believe how easy it was to get the tickets for the play. I just went online and to the theatre website and I ordered online and I got the tickets. Bob's your uncle. Having done a lot of research, there is no real clue as to when and how this idiom originated. I certainly like the association with Lord Salisbury and his nephew, Bob's your uncle. I also like the music hall version and love to know in the comments below which version you like, or if, have you heard of another version? Please let me know. Thanks for watching and listening, and hope you enjoyed the Bob's your uncle idiom. And if you need to improve your English, just subscribe on the button below and Bob's your uncle. I'll see you on the flip side.
Okay.